Stick with football. Injury update on the Raiders' best player, Darren McFaddens. Exams taken on the running back's right foot were negative, and doctors say the foot is fine structurally. Now, a mid-foot sprain forced McFaddens to miss most of Sunday's game against the Chiefs. He had just 2 carries for 4 yards. The Raiders want McFaddens to rest this week. Coach Jackson expects McFaddens to return to practice in a few.
Okay, so the foot is very sophisticated. It's made up of the hind foot, the midfoot, and the forefoot. With 26 bones, 33 joints, and 107 ligaments, the foot not only allows versatile movements, but is also extremely sturdy and flexible. So a joint is a small space between 2 bones that's held together by ligaments. Now the highlighted area is the Lisfranc joint, and it's in the midfoot. This is the joint that McFaddens injured. The bones in this area are small, but they're very sturdy, and they form the arches of the foot. Now the arches are important because they are responsible for absorbing heavy loads whenever we walk or when we run. As you can see by this graph, even a light jog generates enough force on your feet to equal 2.5 times your own body weight. This injury typically occurs when the front of the foot is planted and the heel is in the air, but that alone doesn't cause this joint to be injured. Like I said before, it's very tough, so in order to injure it, you need the foot to twist a little bit as well. So the area in the circle is most likely the area of the Lisfranc joint that McFaddens injured. This area is most susceptible to injury because of its design, and it's typically where football players injure this joint. Now this is an x-ray of a normal Lisfranc joint. After the injury, Hugh Jackson said the x-rays revealed no breaks in the bone. But what you're looking for in this injury on an x-ray is to see if there's a little space of separation in that joint. Now McFaddens got an MRI done, which indicated no tears in the ligament, so this has officially been considered just a serious sprain, and because of this, luckily he won't have to get surgery. Now this is going to be a good thing in the long run. But remember though, this is the same injury that put Dwight Freeney on IR back in 2007. It put Brady Quinn on it in 2008, and it just recently put Matt Schaub on. So the difference in McFaddens' case is he relies heavily on his speed, and with this type of sprain, if he were to rush it, he would be pretty useless on the field. Typically this type of injury takes about 6 to 8 weeks to heal, and treatment for it is immobilization. What that means is McFaddens will need plenty of rehab and at least a couple of days of practice under his belt before he even thinks about playing in a game. Now keep in mind, this is worse than a high ankle sprain, worse than turf toe, and even worse than some breaks. Anytime you have an injury to the midfoot because of trauma, it's usually pretty serious. Because of how strong the joint naturally is, it takes a lot of force to injure it. Now McFaddens is one of the most violent running backs in the NFL today. So for those of you who think he should just suck it up and play, keep in mind McFaddens has never shied away from tackles. In fact, sometimes it's hard to even tell who's tackling who. I truly believe if he could physically be on the field, he would.